All right, let's dive into a challenge that pretty much every family is going to face, if they aren't already. It's this constant balancing act, right? How do we care for our aging loved ones and really respect their need to be independent while also getting that peace of mind we need?
And this isn't just a personal question. It scales up to something huge. We're not talking about some far-off sci-fi future here. This is about the world we're actually building, the one our parents are living in, and the one we'll be living in too. So what does that world even look like when half the people in it are seniors?
Okay, so before we get into the really human side of this, we've got to look at the numbers. And honestly, they're pretty staggering. Let's break it down.
2050. That's the year we're talking about. And look, I know it sounds like something out of a movie, but it's not. For most of us listening, that's well within our lifetimes. It's a date when our world is going to look, well, completely different.
By then, 50%, let that sink in for a second. 50% of the entire global population will be 65 or older. Half of all people. But, this is about way more than just a statistic. It's really about the quality of life for all those people.
And yeah, this is where it gets really tough. 80%. That's the number of seniors right now who say they feel socially isolated. So it's not just that our world is getting older, it's that we're heading towards a world that could be a whole lot lonelier for a whole lot of people.
And just like that, we go from these huge global numbers right back down to the kitchen table. Back to that simple thought that millions of us have every single day. This isn't some problem for tomorrow, it's a worry and anxiety that's happening right now.
And that worry, it's totally real. It comes from thinking about them being alone in the house, the fear that they might fall and no one would know. And on top of all that, there's the tough reality that there just isn't enough specialized care out there. The system we have now is, well, it's already stretched to the limit.
Okay, so that's the challenge. It's a big one. But what if technology could give us a different way forward, a new way to think about care? Let's talk about this idea called a digital carekeeper. And we'll use a system called Mirai just as an example of what that could look like.
So what even is a digital carekeeper? Well, at its heart, it's a system that's designed to empower, not just monitor. And that's a really important difference. The whole point isn't surveillance. It's about giving seniors the confidence, the tools they need to keep living their lives fully and on their own terms.
Now, this is what I think is so interesting about this whole approach. It's not just a solution for one side of the equation. It's actually built to solve two totally different problems at the exact same time. One for the seniors and one for their families.
You can see that balance right here. For seniors, what do they get? Independence, privacy, real autonomy, basically the freedom to live their own life. And for the family, they get that peace of mind we were talking about, a connection when they really need it, and a feeling of control in what can be a super overwhelming situation. It's like a bridge between what both sides need.
And really, that's the goal, isn't it? To take this huge, complicated, emotional mess of a challenge and just make it feel simple again. To make caring for the people we love feel manageable.
All right, so how does something like this actually work, in a real home, day to day? It might sound super high-tech and complicated, but the process is actually designed to be really, really simple.
Okay, so it really boils down to 3 steps. First, there's detect. An autonomous system just kind of learns the normal rhythm of the house. And we're not talking about invasive cameras everywhere, okay? It's more about respectfully understanding patterns, like noticing subtle changes in how someone's walking or if their sleep schedule is off. Then, step 2, alert. If the system notices something that's out of the ordinary, like maybe there hasn't been any movement for a while when there usually is, it automatically sends an alert. And finally, step 3, the family app. The family gets that alert right on their phone, along with the information they need to know what's going on. So, detect, alert, and then the app. Super simple, and it's all about getting the right information to the right people right away.
So, as we wrap this up, it's really easy to look at all this stuff and think, okay, that's for my parents, or that's for my grandparents. But remember those numbers we started with, that huge demographic shift? That means this isn't just about them. This is about us. Because, yeah, today we worry about them. But the choices we make right now, the systems we decide to build, the technology we choose to use, the empathy we show, all of that is laying the groundwork for the world that we're going to grow old in. Tomorrow, it's going to be us. And that, well, that's a future we absolutely have to get right.